Hello and welcome to Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 2nd October 2024. So let's get started, and first of all I wish you a very happy Gandhi Jayanti for all of you, and try to learn something new about Gandhi and try to make a note of some important movements led by Gandhi, because there was a question in this 2024 mains regarding Quit India movement. Okay, so we can't expect like which questions you will be getting in your mains. So at least on this special day, try to focus on some important movements led by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so let us see the first article, guys. So see the title here. ISRO plans to launch one 12-day mission to the planet Venus in the March 2028. So what is this article talking about? It is talking about Venus Orbiter Mission. That is also called as VOM. So the keyword here is Venus Orbiter Mission. So from which subject you will be dealing with this article? So from which subject, guys? So from GS paper 3 under Science and Technology. And apart from that, Venus as a planet you will be reading in your geography, right? In the part of universe. In GS paper 1 in geography also you can say this. Okay. So from Science and Technology, what are the dimensions you have to see? You have to see about space explorations. You have to see about space explorations of ISRO. It is very important, and even there is also a chance of getting an essay from this topic regarding space advancements of India. Okay, and you have to see about some facts regarding Venus and why we are exploring Venus. So what are the advantages if you are going to explore Venus, and you have to know about details regarding this mission, what is about, because from details also you can get directly the prelims question, and you have to see what will be the advantages of this mission. Okay, and from geography point of view, just see about this planet Venus. Venus is also called as Earth twin. It's also called as Earth's twin. What are the reasons why this Venus is called as Earth's twin, and why we are going for exploring of this Venus? So all these things that you have to see, and here you have to know about planet and asteroid difference, and you have to see how many planets we have. We have 8 planets. So we are dividing it into inner planets and outer planets. So Venus and Earth, they belongs to inner planets. Okay, so these are some background that you need to know before seeing this article. Okay, let us see why it is in news context. Says that India's first mission to Venus is called as Venus Orbiter Mission. So here you can get a question like, so Venus Orbiter Mission is the second Venus mission of India. No, it is the first mission of India to Venus. And when we are going to launch? We are going to launch in 2028. So here you have to remember this year. So here UPSC can play games by using the different numbers. Like it can say like we are going to launch it in March 2030, March 2035, March 2025. So it is in year 2028. You should be very much careful with the years also. And this mission will take 112 days to reach Venus, and the budget of this project is 1,236 crore. And actually, so this project will be utilizing launch vehicle, okay, LVM3 launch vehicle, and the important aim of this mission, it is to study atmosphere of Venus, and we are going to study surface of Venus, and as well as solar interactions, how they are interacting. So now let us see some key points of this article. It says that yes, so this Venus Orbiter mission, which marks India's inaugural exploration of Mars. So by this we are going to start even exploration of Mars. So till now we explored Moon, we are exploring Mars, and as well as we are exploring Sun. So now we are exploring Venus. So it is going to be the inaugural exploration. We are going to start even exploring Venus. Okay, and we are expanding our planetary research portfolio now, because we are also going for seeing of this atmosphere of Venus now. And even because of this, we can keep India's position as a key player in global space exploration as well. So this is the one important key point that you have to get. And next one here is by utilizing this launch vehicle LVM3. So here we can understand that ISRO, which is having a commitment of especially developing even increasing of launch capabilities of ISRO, especially for some complex missions. And even this mission which is shedding a light on atmosphere of Venus. So we are going to understand the composition of atmosphere of Venus. So if you know about Earth's atmosphere, so we have combination of different gases, and water vapor is present, dust, everything will be present in the atmosphere. So here we know that nitrogen is more amount in our Earth atmosphere compared to that of oxygen, and carbon dioxide is just 0. How much percent? 0.3%. Okay, so you have to see. So here we have a problem of increasing of carbon dioxide emissions that is leading to global warming. So in the same way, we have to understand about Venus atmospheric composition and as well as geological features of this Venus. And also, if we are getting these details, we can understand that how the solar winds, solar flares are affecting the atmosphere of inner planets. And even we can understand about how these planets got evoluted. So here in our geography, we'll be studying about Big Bang theory, nebular hypothesis, so and so, right? So here, those theories said about how these planets, how this universe had been get into evolution. So in the same way, we can have a proper planetary evolution if you're having this kind of study. And if you see the next important point, so we are also focusing on collaboration with the different countries, because we want to strengthen our international partnership in the space research. So that what will be the advantage? The advantage here is knowledge sharing. And next one here is we can also focus on injection of post-Venus orbit injection, and especially so if we are focusing on this kind of sending of missions to study this Venus, then we can understand about the complexities of the missions and India's ability. Already you know that in one of our essay class we discussed that yes, the budget of launching missions in India is less compared to that of even budget of movies like, what is that movie name? Gravity, right? So here we are having a very complex maneuvers. So we are achieving even the desired low orbit, low altitude orbit. So that we are placing that science mission in the low orbit, and again we are shifting that to the higher orbit. So this is one important reason why the low budget of India's missions. Okay, and we are also focusing on long-term research, and actually, so the study period of this mission is 5 years, and we are focusing on detailed scientific inquiry, and we are focusing on understanding of Venus mysteries. Okay, so these are things that you have to see, and let us see some important facts regarding this mission. So it is India's first planned mission to Venus, and the name here is Shukrayaan 1. Okay, Shukrayaan 1. And under this Shukrayaan 1, we are going to study atmosphere of Venus, surface, geological features, and as well as advanced scientific instruments. We are using those advanced scientific instruments, and we are going to study atmosphere, surface, and geological features. And this mission will place an orbiter around the Venus, so that will be gathering the data on its climate, atmosphere composition, and as well as whether there are any volcanic activities and seismic activities on the surface of Venus. Okay, so what are the objectives of this mission? So we want to investigate the surface process and as well as subsurface stratigraphy, that means different layers of the surface. And next one here is we are also going to study structure of atmosphere. For example, in our atmosphere we have troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, right? So in the same way we are going to study the structure composition and dynamics of Venus atmosphere. And we are also going to explore solar winds interaction, how it is having impact on the atmosphere of Venus. Okay, so these are the important objectives. And see this next article. Tamil Nadu taking steps to increase storage in Mullaperiyar Dam. So what is the keyword? Keyword is Mullaperiyar Dam. Okay, so from which subject you can see this topic from? Mullaperiyar Dam. So where you will be reading this topic? From GS paper 1, geography. So in geography, where exactly in your Indian geography you will be studying about? Drainage system. So in drainage system, we have two types of rivers, peninsular rivers and Himalayan rivers. In peninsular, we have again east flowing rivers, west flowing rivers. So this Periyar river comes under east flowing river or west flowing river? It is east flowing river, okay? It is east flowing river. So whenever you are seeing any river which is in use, you have to see some dimensions like where it is originated. First of all, the place of origination. And you have to see important tributaries. And again you have to see right bank tributaries and left bank tributaries. And you have to see if there is any dam which constructed on that or not. And you have to see what are the challenges which is facing by that river, and is there any national park which is surrounding that river or not. Okay, for example, nowadays there is one thing which is in use like interlinking of river project. So is there any interlinking of river project on that name? Okay, so all these are the dimensions that you have to see. And if you see the location of this Mullaperiyar Dam, it is located in state of Kerala. But here title says that Tamil Nadu is taking step to increase storage in Mullaperiyar Dam. So why Tamil Nadu is involved now in this dam? So to understand that, you have to go back to history. So during colonial period itself, so this dam which is handed over to Tamil Nadu for 999 years on lease. Okay. So here, even though this dam is present in Kerala, so it will be maintained or controlled by Tamil Nadu. So now because of this, Tamil Nadu gave a statement that we are going to increase the capacity of this Mullaperiyar Dam. Clear? So now let us see this article in detail. Tamil Nadu government is actively working and they want to raise storage level of this Mullaperiyar Dam to 152 feet. So this is the thing which mainly said. Okay, so if you see the location of this dam, so here this is this river, and here exactly we have this Mullaperiyar Dam. It is in state of Kerala, and nearby we have Periyar Tiger Reserve, and even nearby we have one hydropower project, that is Suruliyar Hydropower Project. And even on this region we also have this Idukki Reservoir. So these are the some dimensions that you have to see from map. So if you see some basic facts regarding this Mullaperiyar Dam, so it is located at the confluence. Confluence is nothing but meeting of Mullayar and as well as Periyar rivers. And this dam is entirely located in state of Kerala, and when it was built in 1880s, that means during British colonial period. And actually at that time, so this area was a princely state of Travancore, and given British ruled Madras presidency on 999 years on lease in 1886 to the state of Tamil Nadu region. And finally this agreement which granted full rights to Tamil Nadu to construct irrigation projects on the land, and later on they built the dam and they diverted some water to fill to give water to some arid areas of Tamil Nadu. Because of this lease agreement which signed in way back 1886, even now also Tamil Nadu is controlling this Mullaperiyar Dam. Okay, And see this article. China reneged on border agreements with India, says Jaishankar. So reneged means nothing but going back. Okay, that means they are going to follow the border agreements now. So this is a statement which is given by our Jaishankar. That means External Affairs Minister. So you all know that. Yes, there is increasing of tensions between India and China across the border. So if you see the border of India and China, so this is India and China border. So here we have LAC and here we have McMahon Lane, right? MC Mohan line. So what happened here, you know, this area we have Doklam Valley. So Doklam Valley, it is a tri-junction. That means at this point, three countries will be meeting: Bhutan, China and India. So what happened was in 2017, China occupied this Doklam Valley region. At that time also the trespass happened between India and China. And Bhutan at that time supported India. But nowadays, Bhutan is moving towards China. It is one cause of concern. So here, why this Doklam Valley occupying of China is a cause of concern? Because here we have Bangladesh like this. So here we will be having a very, very small area that is called as Chicken Neck Corridor. That is called as Chicken Neck or Siliguri Corridor. So if China is occupying this Chicken Neck or Siliguri Corridor of India, obviously what happens? So India will be losing the connection between mainland and as well as its northeastern part. So already you know that China is claiming entirely this Arunachal Pradesh as its territory. So if once China is occupying this Siliguri corridor or this Chicken Neck corridor, then India will be losing control of northeastern. So because of this, at that time, with the help of Bhutan, we try to resolve that. But across this line of actual control from 2020 onwards, China is controlling many of our regions. Even now, Demchok Plains, Dipsang Valley, Patrolling Point 15, they were under control of China, and we are going for many rounds of talks. But despite of the talks also, we are not having the proper response from China. And we are using on the sidelines of BRICS and as well as sidelines of some international summit to talk about this issue between India and China. So which is going on. Right, so in this 2020, so China occupied most of our regions, especially Pyongyangso Lake area, everything, and that also led to Galwan Valley incident. So in this Galwan Valley incident, 19 Indian soldiers, they died. Okay, so that is the thing that you have to remember. Okay, so now, so this is a background, and actually we are having disputes between China in three areas. So first one is Western sector. So Western sector, it is your LAC region, and next one is middle sector. So in this middle sector, we have Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. And here this part is eastern sector. China is claiming entirely Arunachal Pradesh as its territory. So these are the areas. And what are the strategic plans which are used by China? So China is developing some model villages. Okay, China is developing model villages across this boundary between China and Arunachal Pradesh, so that if they are developing villages and if they are keeping the people there engaged, then it will be very easy for China to occupy our Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, to retaliate this, we are using BRO, that is border organizations, and we are going for construction of infrastructure across our border. That is the first thing. And next one is vibrant village program. Okay, so we are also focusing on this vibrant village program. There we are we are using the people who are present in this border, and border infrastructure development we are doing, so that the infrastructure will be very strong, so that it will be tough for the China to occupy these regions. So these are the two things that we are doing. Broader roader organizations and vibrant village program of India to counter this China's expansionist policy. Okay, so now let us see this article. It is saying that India's External Affairs Minister stated that tensions with China will persist due to troop deployments along border, which had been exacerbated by violation of past agreements in 2020. And he is saying that, okay, let me explain this point. So our External Affairs Minister is saying that, so the tensions between India and China are increasing from 2020 across this LAC region because they deployed their troops. Troops is nothing but their soldiers. They are guarding our borders and they occupied some of our territories from 2020 onwards. Because what are the agreements we had between India and China? They are not following those agreements. So there is violation of agreements. And he also said that there is increasing of complexity between India and China relations. Okay, because recently China also announced about the ban of, what is that, critical metal? Critical mineral. I gave mains question also. Antimony. So even China said that we are going to ban antimony, which is critical mineral, so that it is affecting the development of different countries. And next one here is, so they're also focusing on autonomous nature of their trade. That means they will initially make the country to depend on them. So once they know that that country is entirely dependent on them, they will stop doing exports, as it done in the case of antimony. So that what happened, now that country will be facing economic crisis, now it will be searching for diversifying of their supply chains. Okay, so that is the nature of the trade practice or trade tactics which will be mainly used by China to grab attention in the global arena. And next one is, even between US and China also the trade war it is going on. But with US and India we are having good relations. Okay, so that is the thing that you have to remember here. And actually India's okay, let us see this. So there is ongoing military tensions are increasing between India and China across this LAC region. So we have to focus on readiness of our military, and we have to focus on diplomatic resolutions. So even recently our Prime Minister said that it is not warfare which is a solution for each and every problem. We have to go for diplomacy and as well as talks. So here the same thing which said by our External Affairs Minister, we have to go for diplomatic resolutions, okay, so that we can maintain status quo across India and China border. And next one here is, China is mainly violating the agreements. So because of this there is increasing of strained relations between India and China. So that means here we need to take help of international organizations so that we can ensure the China will be following those rules and regulations correctly. And whatever the trade relations are there with India and whatever the country it may be, so here we have to focus on supply chain diversion. So that should be followed by each and every country. And next one here is, economic interdependence is also one important thing which is complicating the relation further. For example, we know that APIs, that is active pharmaceutical ingredient, which is very important for pharmaceutical sector, that we used to entirely dependent on China. But during this COVID-19 time, what happened? It stopped exports of this API, and that led to huge losses of pharmaceutical sector in India. So we already learned a lesson, so that we have to focus on diversification of the supply chains. Okay, so these are the things that you have to see. And next one is, we have to focus on multi-alignment so that we can navigate the global landscapes and we can balance the relationship with China so that we can pursue our national interest along with the territorial integrity and sovereignty. And say this article, Health Ministry ironing out wrinkles to enroll senior citizens under Ayushman Bharat PM Jan Arogya Yojana. So what is the keyword here? Keyword is Ayushman Bharat scheme, right? And why it is focusing on enrolling of senior citizens now? So recently what is the development in this Ayushman Bharat scheme? So they said that compulsory health insurance for 70 plus people who are eligible, right? So from which subject we can say this? From GS paper to governance, and even from GS paper to society and social issues. And even can we see from GS paper 3 under economy? And even yesterday itself we discussed one keyword, silver dividend, right? So can we include here silver dividend and demographic winter? Okay. So now let us see this article. So our Union Health Ministry is addressing some technical barriers to enroll senior citizens in expanded Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which offers free health coverage to those who are 70 years and above. So what is the problem now is, so there is some technical glitches regarding this, what are the technology that we are using for enrolling of the senior citizens. So already government announced that for 70 or 70 plus aged people there will be free health coverage. So now if there are any technical glitches, so can be the promise of government be achieved? No, right? So we need to resolve what are the issues that we are having so that we can enhance service delivery system. So it is not like we have to announce them and it is not reaching the people. So, and you are the people, you will be working at the ground level. Like if government is announcing that you have to enroll the senior citizens of your district into this scheme, but if there are technical glitches, can you give the answer directly to the government that it is not working? No, you have to take some steps, right? That is the thing which is taking. So it is a work of you guys that you have to do after entering into the services. So government work is just announcing and going on, but you are the people who will be working at the ground level to implement it properly. Okay, so here Union Health Ministry is now addressing about this issue regarding whatever the technical glitches are there regarding enrolling of the senior citizens in this expanded Ayushman Bharat scheme now. Okay, so here this scheme launched in September, and this initiative which aims to assist 6 crore senior citizens, and it will be helping around 4.5 crore families. Okay, and healthcare workers will be focusing on registration and seniors chosen between the existing schemes or the new regarding this scheme. That means nothing but whoever the people who are eligible under this scheme, now they have to enroll. So if they have to enroll, first we need to check the age limit, yes or no. So whether they are eligible under this scheme, the first criteria, and second one is they had the age of 70 or not. So will you be deciding the age of that so and so person, like seeing the gray hair or seeing the white beard? No, right? So here healthcare workers, they will be helping the government so that they will be doing registration of who are the people who are eligible. Okay, and next important key details you have to see is aging population. So over 10% of India's population is currently elderly. So this initiative is very helpful to address the crucial demographic needs, because these are the people who are neglected a lot, because they will be not having proper healthcare accessibility, and even the people will be believing that whenever they are spending on them will be increasing of the burden on their family. So this is the decision the government taken, so that we can also make this healthcare facilities accessible to that people. And next one here is we are also focusing on grassroots healthcare workers, and this ministry is also ensuring the registration process should be user friendly for the citizens. So if they are facing any technology, they have to get some help desk like support from the government. And next one is they will be also getting options between Ayushman Bharat and or else whatever the existing health scheme which are present in that state, so that they will be getting proper selection of the coverage. And next one here is the scheme is also focusing on income agonistic nature, so that it will be providing some essential health services to all seniors, so that they will be reducing the financial barriers, and even there will be increasing of healthcare access to the seniors. And this one is we are also focusing on expansion of this scheme to the 70 plus years, so that we can enhance our public health infrastructure. And even you know that In yesterday itself, we studied that there may be increasing of old age population. So if there is increasing of old age population, obviously what happens to the government? There will be increasing of financial burden, because government need to now focus on the extra healthcare benefits and extra financial aid like pensions, etc. Right? So here we have to design the policies according to the changing of demographics, okay, and even changing patterns of health needs of the people. Okay, and even recently Niti Aayog report which also highlights that we need to take reforms urgently as elderly population is increasing, so that we have to expand our healthcare expenditure when we are comparing to the top our GDP. And next one here is we have to focus on even health insurance landscape. So the interaction between public and private health insurance schemes underlines a need of cohesive policy framework. So is it possible that government can give insurance for all old age people? No, right? So here we can take help of private, so that we can ensure universal health insurance coverage. So that is a point that is given here. So if you see some facts regarding this Pradhana Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, it is one of the world's largest health insurance scheme which is fully financed by the government. That means it is a central sector scheme. And when it launched in year 2018, at that time here government said that for family we are going to give 5 lakh rupees, and it includes secondary and tertiary care. So it is not like providing primary health care. Primary health care is already free, right? So they are focusing on secondary and as well as tertiary care, and here they are focusing on health benefit packages. So what are the packages which are covered? Normally surgery and any medical or any daycare treatment, and the medicines cost, and even diagnosis cost. Diagnostic is nothing but lab will be also included in this scheme. And who are the beneficiaries? So beneficiary is nothing but according to socio-economic caste census, who are like below certain income level, so they will be eligible, not all the people. Okay, so see this article. India and France discusses defense cooperation efforts to advance peace. So what is this article talking about? What is this article talking about? Tell me. It is talking about India-France relations, right? So India-France relations, where you will be studying from international relations, from GS paper to under India bilateral relations. Okay, so it is talking about defense cooperation. Defense, in which subject you will be dealing? Science and technology. Apart from that, science and technology, and even it is talking about and efforts to advance peace. Peace means why we need to talk about peace with France. So what is the relationship between India, France and peace? Tell me, tell me. Okay, because of Russia-Ukraine issue. Okay, next. Come on, come on. So what is happening between India and France regarding peace? Is there any relations? Because of Russia-Ukraine conflict and because of Israel-Gaza issue. So actually there is also one article which came in the front page regarding Iran started strikes against Israel. Yeah, why Iran is striking against Israel? What is the relation between Israel and Iran? So earlier in our classes I discussed clearly. So what was the relation? And who is this Hezbollah? Hezbollah leader? Tell me. Forgot? So who is Hezbollah? Hezbollah leader, where he was killed? Where he was killed? Huh? How many of you have your running notes of current affairs? Revise that. I think 20 days ago I discussed this topic clearly. So what is happening between Israel and Palestine and Iran? Why Iran involved? Okay. So if I say now, again you will be forgetting. There will be no use. So this article is saying that India, France are enhancing their defense cooperation with National Security Advisor meeting French President. So actually our NSA, that is National Security Advisor, he met French President, and they are focusing on improving of defense cooperation between India and France, and even they want to establish peace across the world. And especially France praised Prime Minister peace initiatives, because recently our Prime Minister, he focused on mediating of peace between Russia and Ukraine, right? So, and even they discussed about Indian procurement of French military equipment as well. So from France, which equipment we are getting? Any idea? France, which equipment? Yes, Rafale jets. Okay, so we are going to focus on this Rafale M fighters, and France also agreed to reduce the cost of this Rafale M fighters now. And with this we can understand that two countries are focusing on the peace, and as well as they want to address global security challenges, and especially there is increasing of tensions in especially Lebanon, Iran, and Israel and Palestine. Okay, so let us see some important facts which are given in this article. So they are saying that there is increasing of bilateral ties between India and France. So this meeting, which signifies about deepening of India-France relations, especially in this defense sector, because France accepted to decrease the price. And this one is even both countries, they are showing interest to counter regional threats. They want to promote peace across the countries. And this one is there are some discussions regarding military equipment, which highlights that yes, India is focusing on modernization of our equipment for armored forces, especially based on French technology. So that what happens, we can increase our strategic partnership between India and France. And this one here is reduction of this cost of this Rafale M fighters, which indicates that France want to support India's defense sector, and especially they are making this equipment more affordable for India, so that we can have the future collaborations. And actually France interest is to increase its presence in Indo-Pacific region. So this is the one indirect thing why France decreased the price. Why France wants to maintain the good relationship with India, because India is playing a very good role in Indo-Pacific region. So actually European countries, they are coming to India just for increasing, just to showcase that their presence is also there in this Indo-Pacific region. Okay, and next one here is, yes, they are also showing about global peace advocacy, like they are focusing on conflict resolution in the context of major global tensions like Russia-Ukraine crisis. And next one is they are also focusing on regional security dynamics, especially they are focusing on Israel's attack in Lebanon, and as well as the complex security landscape which is happening, and how India and France, they can navigate so that they can try to at least resolve these issues peacefully. And next one is they also had a commitment of Horizon 2047, and as well, and it is a long-term partnership between India and France, and they want to address future challenges collaboratively. So this is called as Horizon 27. Okay, and even they are focusing on interconnected nature of global politics, where defense partnership is very important for peacekeeping at the border, and as well as conflict mediation roles. Okay, so these are the things which mainly set. And say this article, have you heard about this work bill? So what is this about? uh, it is related to which religion? Islam. So what is this work board? So what are the functions of this work board? It will be maintaining the properties of this Islam related things. So why this bill is in controversy now? Because of inclusion of women and as well as other religions in this work board. So that is the thing which is given here. It is not new. So just see about why this bill is controversy. So what are the provisions of this new bill which made controversy? So that is the thing that you have to focus on. And because of this here, this article is saying that yes, we need to have review, because there is inclusion of non-Islam members and as well as women It is against Islamic law. So we need to have the reforms. So just see what are the positives and negatives of this, the provisions of the new bill. Okay, that is the thing that you have to focus about. And other editorials are not at all important, leave them. Only there are two editorials which are important, and I discuss those. So these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindi newspaper. So by this I'm concluding. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like this class and share this class to your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And thank you so much for watching.